Do you know what codependency means? I'm not a big psychological type, and I didn't know either until a few days ago, but I watched this video from Donald Miller over at Storyline blog where he talks about codependency and talks about his own learning about how he's been codependent in romantic relationships. And the way he explains it is this. He says that he was working with his counselor in like a group therapy session, and the counselor put down 3 pillows on the floor and had Don stand on one of the pillows and another participant stand on the 3rd pillow, and the middle pillow was left empty. And the counselor said to them, so each of these pillows is you, and it's yourself, and the middle pillow is the relationship between the two of you. And so you have control over your pillow, and you have some measure of control over the middle pillow, which is the relationship, but you do not have any control or anything to say really about the other person's pillow. You can interact with the relationship and have some impact there, and you can work on yourself, but you really can't solve the other person. You can't make the other person any different than they already are. That's up to them. And when I first heard Don tell the story, my first reaction was kind of like, okay, great. Pillows, relationships, group therapy, wonderful. I'm glad you had a good experience, Don. But as I started thinking about it a little bit more, I realized, actually, this really speaks to me. And not necessarily so much in my romantic relationships, but more in terms of my work in the world. My work, the work that I do, the community that I'm a part of is really important to me. And I was realizing watching this video that I can have a codependent relationship not just with with like romantic partners. I can have a codependent relationship with projects, with friends, with coworkers. I can really get up in other people's space and try to control what other people are doing instead of really doing the personal work that I need to be doing on my own self and my own relationship with other people. And you know, this sounds like it would be miserable for the people around me, and I'm sure it is. It's also miserable for me when I do this because I really don't have any control over how other people think and react and operate in the world. And so when I get in this codependent mode of I'm going to change the other person or I'm going to change this community, that really doesn't work out too well for me because I'm just sort of hitting my head against a brick wall again and again because I don't have any control over other people. All I can change is myself and my response in relationship with other people. So I want to thank Don Miller for his example that he gave in his video. Give him a little shout out there. And I want to ask you, does this resonate with you? Are you ever in a codependent relationship with anyone or anything? How do you sort of step off of your pillow and start messing with other people's pillows? What would it take for you to stick to the things that you actually can control and can have a positive influence on your own life and your own reactions and your relationship with others without sort of getting into that codependent zone of trying to change others and take control of things that really aren't yours to take control of? I'd invite you to drop a comment, tell me what you think. I want to hear from you about where it is that you find stuckness and how it is that you're sort of moving out of a codependency space and into a more healthy space of really focusing on the work that you're called to do rather than trying to tell others what they need to be doing.